Right, so what's your name?
Noriko Takarabe.
Alright. So what was your friend's name who experienced Hiroshima?
Her name was Sumie Nakano. She was, when she passed away, she was 88 years old. So
And how old was she when the bomb was dropped? Around how old?
I think she was about 15 years old, 15 or 16. Those times, all the girls and boys at their age, they have to help to create army things. I don't know what she made it, but everybody had to work at the factory. So as usual, every day they are going to the factory instead of learning at the school. They didn't learn much at that time. Yeah. So as usual, that day, everybody went. Her schoolmate and everybody went to the factory to make things. And they are working, and the bomb was about 8:30 in the morning. Was dropped. I think that's about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she said she saw the flash kind of light, but after that she doesn't remember much because she was underneath of the crops, ceilings and rubbles and everything. So everybody was underneath. So at that time, everybody didn't die right away, but everybody was asking for help and crying, screaming, and it was kind of so noisy. But little by little later, getting less people talking, screaming, and less, and I don't know how long it took, but soon after that, it was so quiet. That means everybody was dead at that time. But fortunately, she was, I think, the only one alive at that company place. And she said she was able to move her finger. So she was moved. I think she lifted the arm and put arm up from underneath of the wood and wiggling it to get help. And fortunately, the people who were helping the people came over and they saw her hand. So that's the way she was found. She was alive. So she is the only one alive at that place. So she was saved, and after that, she didn't know what to do at there, but she have to go home. But she wasn't sure her home is still standing there or what. But she decided to go home. And on the way home, she met one of her neighbor's girl. So two of them decided to go together to home. And all the bridge was destroyed, right? So there's nothing, they have to get into the water, the river, and they have to get across the river. Well, I think the river was not that deep, so they can walk in the water, but there was so many dead body, floating. And if the people were, well, I think she said, yeah, in the water, everybody was dead. So she have to move them aside, and they have to cross the river. And then she crossed the river, and she decided go home. But there were so many people burned. Skin was coming out from body, and some people are still alive and asking for the water, but they couldn't do anything. Even they are so thirsty, but they couldn't have any water. They couldn't have water. But it was quite a distance, I think, because every morning they go to the factory by train. So it's quite a distance. So she had to go home by walking. So it took quite a while. And both of them went home, and from the distance, she saw her house still standing. So she was so happy, and she said she was so happy, and she just ran to the home. And fortunately, mother and sister, everybody was okay. So, but mother thought my friend was all dead. So when mother saw her, she was so happy, and sister was so happy. Yeah, they were so happy at that time. And I think father was still there, living together, but father didn't get bomb straight to his body, but he was kind of head of the village, so he had to help other people's house. Almost half of them are collapsed or ceiling is so bad, so he decided to go help. But he shouldn't be doing it, because right after the bomb, there was a lot of, what do you call the uranium? Radiations around there. But at that time, nobody knows what kind of bomb that was. So he was helping them almost every day, going help. And, well, my friend was home, and she's okay. She didn't get hurt that much, so she was okay. But after a month or so, her father got sick, and she really radiation got his body, I think. So he was so bad shape, and after 2 months or so, he died too. Even though he didn't get any bomb burning or anything else, but just because he helped people and radiation, he had died. Yeah. So after that, well, that's the story she told me that day, and after the bomb. I think that's about it. Yeah. You know, she was saying her neighbor's daughter, they had 2 beautiful daughters, and they got burned one side of the face, and it's all burned down, and You just couldn't imagine. You cannot see so badly burned, and of course it disfigured both of them. After that, mother was really got mad, not mad, but she couldn't live any longer, so she got suicide. And I don't know if she said, I guess they lived like that, but it was so sad. She felt so sorry for them because they were so beautiful ladies before, but after the bomb, their whole life is ruined. They couldn't go out, they cannot work.
Did the mom commit suicide?
Yeah.
Because, like, why'd she commit suicide? Just because she couldn't handle
having two daughters
looking like
that. Yeah, that was really sorry story, you know. Well, the burning part of the body, your skin is hanging, and of course the clothes is all burned out. Everybody was kind of naked, right? I don't know. Just that you have to see it, otherwise you cannot believe what happened those times. Yeah. But fortunately she didn't get burned. That was really nice.
So, what would your advice be if there was a threat of another nuclear, war, nuclear weapon being used?
There's always mad people, so they have to disarm it. That's the only thing, I think. Don't you think so? They have to destroy it before they use it. Otherwise, there is always mad person. They will use it. So before that happens, they have to destroy it. That's what I think.